like, I know it's me, but I'm not gonna say nothing because I want to see what the people's responses
kind of feel the vibe.
Yeah. So he's listening. He's like, "Who's this?" And I don't say nothing. Everybody's like, "Oh, I don't know who this is." Oh yeah, it's like no character. I'm in the front seat like, "Oh, I know her."
I'm stuck at a red light, still thinking about last night. Can't get your kisses out my mind. I wanna do it one more time. You're such a good girl. Love how you
Welcome everyone
What's going on,
to another
I'm Superman
episode of
and you're kryptonite.
Galaxy Boy. Wait, 20-minute chats with Galaxy Boy.
Yeah.
We have a hometown hero.
Oh man.
We have a legend.
Come on.
One of the first to do it in this town.
Man.
A lot of people, I was mentioning this to certain people, and young cats are like 18, 19, and they don't know about you sometimes. And I'm here to educate you young cats.
Hey.
And you know what's so funny is I'm 27. I'm not even that younger than you guys. What are you guys doing? Educate yourself on some of the people here, man.
Yeah.
This is what the podcast for.
Absolutely.
No further ado. M status.
Hey man, we're in the building. Man, hey, a pleasure. Thank you for the invite.
Yes.
Man, absolutely blessed to be here. Blessed to be able to just take the opportunity to tell your stories and all of that. I love it, man. So yeah, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it for real.
Yes. By the way, the vibes are amazing.
Man,
this guy came in.
It's great vibes always, man. Energy is everything. I'm big on that. Even when I'm in the studio working, and I've been all over the nation working with different artists, and I've always got my greatest songs and production and writing sessions when the energy is just right. But then sometimes you get those artists that think they just, and it's just like, all right, you know what? Fix that, and then tomorrow will work. You know what I mean?
Really though,
it's
man.
like that. Because why waste time? Why waste the time? You just know the vibe isn't going to be right. So, man, I just pride myself on always trying to just, provide good energy, whether it's things like this, whether you see me at the store and people want to take pictures or whatever, my social media, you're not going to see me posting a whole lot of negativity or drama or whatever. Even though life happens, we all go through it. But my thing is, man, I want to inspire. I want to uplift. Sometimes you want to find a different outlet from the drama, and so I try to be that, so yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man, that is crazy. Yo, I want to get into that real quick because I want to, because for people out here, and the ego can be so defeating for some people.
It's huge.
And
it's huge.
I want to get into that.
Yeah, for sure.
But and how you conquer that.
Yeah.
But I want to start out first. From the beginning.
Oh man, the jump.
Because you started way before the streaming era.
Oh, way before. Oh man, way before the streaming era, and that's crazy. Because I still go by the young stats, and I started really, really young. You know what I'm saying?
How old?
14 years old. Really in the game, producing, and that's all I could do. I had strict parents. My dad was a pastor, so we always had just music stuff around. I was a drummer. I started playing the drums at 8. My dad was a master pianoist, so I kind of picked up some things, combined the two, started making beats. That was my go-to. So before, it was just all beats. I studied producers all day long. And when I say I couldn't do anything, I mean I really couldn't do anything. No school dances, no nothing. So
no way.
This is back in the days before. I know a lot of the youngest don't know about LimeWire, different things like that. I would literally download unreleased Timbaland beats, unreleased Pharrell beats, unreleased when they were first coming up, and I would just sit and listen and try to recreate them on a Trinity workstation.
Jeez.
That's what I would do all weekend long because that's all I could do.
And you're not using FL Studio, are you?
No. No. There was no FL. There was no man. Everything was just organic on a keyboard, floppy disk. Yeah, man. And so it just got me in the zone, and I finally floppy disk era, bro. So once I was like, yo, my beats are kind of sounding like theirs a little bit. I'd find different sounds. I would find ways to manipulate the snare to sound like theirs through just a keyboard. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of on to something.
That's so crazy.
Man, bro. And that was the grind. So from that point on, just being around music, I would hear melodies and different rhythms, all of that, but I just wasn't confident in my voice. So I would have like ideas for the beats that I made, like choruses, but I would just be too scared to do it. So I came across some recording equipment, and I just kind of started jotting ideas down, like, oh, this would be cool, this would be cool. This is back in the days when there were no male singers. Any singer that you wanted to find was most likely a female and probably older. You know what I'm saying? So,
before the Drakes.
Yes. Before it was cool to do.
Yeah.
You know? And so finally, man, I stumbled across a couple of lyrics. I did my thing, and a few people kind of overheard and were like, "Oh, it sounds good." You know, just keep doing.
Were you kind of shy at first?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't even say shy. I just didn't have confidence. You know,
geez.
I was really. I mean, coming from the church, especially, you're around these powerful, strong, soulful voices. I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how can I can't do that. You know, but. You know, you learn there's different lanes, there's different styles. You just have to find who you are. So I was able to do that. But it took me a minute. It took me like kind of just being in the background. I remember the main part. I always tell this story, man. Ninth grade, and I'm finally getting a little bit confident. I'm starting to rap a little bit. And I'm with some of the upperclassmen. I'm in the car. We're jamming some stuff. Should I put him on? You know what? Yeah, because my guy's doing this thing right now in a whole different lane. But shout out to my guy Sadistic. We went to Ike together. And he was, I think a junior at this time. I was like barely a freshman. So we're jamming, and one of my songs comes on. He doesn't know it's me because I don't tell nobody, right?
How old are you at this point?
At this point, I had to be like 15. You know?
No.
So yeah, I just put it on a CD, you know what I'm saying? So we're just playing random CDs. And this is CD era. Yeah. It's not MP3.
So you got it on
CDs.
the radio.
No. This was on the radio. No, this was just a CD. We were just jamming. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was like,
no,
No. It's like 1 year in, I'm already on the radio.
No way, I wish. No, actually, I don't wish because I had some bad stuff at that point. But I remember the song kicks off, and we're just kind of jamming it, and I'm just like, I know it's me, but I'm not gonna say nothing because I want to see what the people's responses
kind of feel
are.
the vibe.
Yeah. So he's listening. He's like, "Who's this?" And I don't say nothing. Everybody's like, "Oh, I don't know who this is." Oh yeah, it's like no character. I'm in the front seat, like, "Oh, I know her." And so after that, bro,
were you like broken?
Just man, yeah.
It took the CD out.
Yeah,
it's already bad if you play some bad shit, and then they're talking shit about the music you play.
Yeah,
like, you bumped this shit.
But and I couldn't make it obvious, so I couldn't take it out. So I had to let it ride, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, nah."
You're like, you let a
see
second
what
song play?
to do, but nah. Good thing I didn't mention like my name or anything in the verse or nothing. But like, yeah, it was crazy. So I took another year, probably a year and a half, and didn't touch the mic again, but just got strictly into production. And it was like, I'm going to just make beats. That's all I'm going to do, So, but I always had that itch. A couple of years later, I'm like, maybe I can, So I just kind of start getting better and better. I end up getting a production deal.
No shit.
Yeah, which was a blessing,
And what age did you get this production deal?
This was 18. And it was a big thing. I had just graduated, had like a little high school sweetheart. I went from being like a high school student to like a music teacher. Like literally, it was crazy. So I had a stable, job through the school district and everything. But this is the MySpace era, and there was an artist that I was just doing beats for. He ended up getting a management contract, and then wanted to move him to Atlanta. And he held me down, and he was like, "Hey, you know what? I'll move out here, but I got this kid. He's from Washington, and if you guys are gonna move me out here, you gotta bring him. Like, we just vibe together." And they were down, so I was like, "All right, you know what? Let's go." And so,
how you feel getting that phone call or MySpace message?
Scared, very nervous, but confident because it was like, there's a reason for this, you know. And I had brought two of my boys with me.
No.
Yeah, and one.
And Stats keeps it real too.
Hey,
he's like,
man,
you coming with me
yeah,
too?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we did it together. One, we're still tight to this day. Shouts out to my brother Luther X. Man, he went with me. He was younger than me and had the same situation. But we're like, let's go out to Atlanta. We've never been on our own before.
What are your parents thinking?
Man, my mom was excited. My dad was excited, but I was his firstborn, so he was. I didn't realize how, like, I guess how upset he was until I left. And it wasn't like upset like I'm mad that you're going, but it was upset like, oh, my son's growing up. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he had like a mini breakdown when we flew from the airport. Yeah. And I didn't know that until
making a man of himself.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was really crazy. And it did take a lot, you know, but I learned so much. I got a chance to really work with a lot of artists, and from that point on, like, I just got into production, songwriting, and then doing my own thing. And so when I started, we were working for placements at this point. So I would have a hook in mind, write it, and what we call reference it. So, you know, we're just trying to basically make the track as easy as possible for an artist to buy. So it's like, look, you got the beat, you got a concept for the beat, and you got a hook. All you got to do is buy this whole thing in bulk, have a major artist re-record the hook, let me get a little bit of publishing, and it's yours, you know? So I started doing that, and then certain artists were like, well, who's that singing originally? Oh, it's this little kid Status. He sounds pretty good. What if we just leave him on there?
No shit.
So that's when I was like, okay, maybe I'm not as bad as, you know? And so I kind of built my confidence from there. And so now I just do it all from production to songwriting to vocal arranging. Of course, my own music. And God is great, man. I'm able to really do it and do it right. Connect with a lot of artists, OGs, the new artists in the game, and it's literally been a blessing, man. It really has. You got to elevate your game because the styles always change, and so that's why I always try to show love to the new artists, especially in the Valley coming up. And like you said, some know, and some don't, and so it's just kind of crazy, like. But I feel like they don't really kind of recognize that I went through this the other day, and I'm like just out and about, and you know, one of my records comes on the radio, and I'm just kind of jamming. Oh yeah, you know that. Like, wait, this is your song? I'm like, yeah. We hear this song all the time. Wait, this is you. But I don't like to be like, oh, hey, you know, yeah. If you know, you know. If not, I'm gonna just keep it chill
be
until
humble,
you find out.
humble.
You know what I'm saying? So,
be humble, or someone will make you humble quick.
Absolutely, man. And that's just the way it goes, man. But the love has been amazing. Shouts out to my team Next Level. The music videos have been on a whole nother vibe.
Let's say, you're ready to jump into the future. I want to stay where we're at right here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So right now you're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You're this teenager at this point, right? 20-year-old, just wilding out probably.
I wish.
No, right?
I wish.
Were you not wilding out, though?
I wasn't, man. I think the craziest thing I did was the first time I ever got drunk in my life, because I was obviously, like I said, I was at the crib all the time. So when we moved over there, we were trying to like get production deals and stuff like that. And so we were kind of connected.
Really focused, huh?
Yeah, man. We were really connected, but like it was a different lane over there. So we had got invited to this party, and it was like a networking thing. And in Atlanta, that's what they do. Sometimes they won't have parties to kick it. They'll have parties to network with film people, everybody. Like, hey, come to this venue and you're going to meet. Time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll have some drink, we'll have whatever, but you're going to be able to link up with people that you may be able to use in the future. So it's so smart. We need to do more of that over here, but hopefully we get that. Yes. But that was the first time I got like super just trash drunk. And I was 20 at the time, man. Grey Goose, I still to this day don't mess with Grey Goose because of that. But that was probably as wild as it got. Before then, work.
No
Studio, songwriting, that's what it was. But I was so focused, so focused. At this time, just doing my thing, no kids, just broke up with the girl I was with. Damn. So I was like, all I got is this right now.
Fuck that guy.
yeah, man.
I got the material.
I had to. And Atlanta at that time, this was like, the mid 2000s. So this was when Atlanta was at a peak, you know what I'm saying? But it was so oversaturated. Everybody was going to Atlanta because that's where it was. Lil Jon that came out, and everything was like that was just popping. Yeah. So many people from around the world were going to Atlanta to try to get on, and it was really clicked up. And so, us being some little kids from Washington, it was hard.
Where?
Yeah, man, Yakima what? You know what I'm saying? And I was always one that I wanted to represent. A lot of people that would come from Washington would just be like, oh, Seattle, because that was the closest thing people knew. But I never settled. I was like, you know what? I'm from Yakima. I'm 2 hours away from Seattle, but I'm from Yakima. To this day, I rep my city because somebody's got to do it. You know what I mean?
Really, man.
Yeah.
I remember growing up in Amsterdam all the time. Like, he's the one rapper that you made out of here. Hey, do you hear about that rapper?
Yeah.
That's, from Yakima. And then, growing up, that's something to look up to.
Yeah,
like, hey, we can get the fuck out of here.
Absolutely. And, and it's crazy because I think about that, and a lot of people tell me that too. And see, just the people I've worked with and that I have relationships with now. And, it's really dope. But it's just like, man, I still see myself as that kid that's on the grind still, and I feel like when you get comfortable, I never let that feeling settle in. Like, sometimes even like the youngers will like call me an OG, and I'm like, bro, no. Don't do that.
He's like, when you see me with cigars still chilling back then, I'm OG, but like, I'm not right starting grinding myself.
Man, I'm still working, but the thing is, I'm not working against, people that are trying to do their thing, these youngers that are trying to do their thing, and I feel like that's where, in that mindset, and as a city, we have to grow. We just automatically think, oh, okay, you're doing it, I'm doing it, I gotta be better than you. I'm not gonna support you. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm to the point where like I see it from all angles because I started out doing production, doing beats, so I had to make sure if I did a beat for you and then this next artist, both of them gotta be dope because my name's on both of them. Yeah. So I'm gonna support both. So I just always had that mindset. So like I get it, and I was that young cat too. I always felt like early on I was kind of like underrated, and like my whole team I was with at the time was underrated because we were young, and so I had that shit for a while and was like, they don't know what they're talking about. We can watch how we're gonna do this, and then life hits you and you see the work, you see what it takes, you see him come, you see him go, you see him fall off. Ooh. So now I see like a lot of that in a lot of the new artists coming up from the city, which I respect and love them all, but like I mean, like I said, I'm an energy person, and you can tell sometimes people get that energy where it's like, oh, this dude's gonna try to act like he knows everything. He's gonna try to tell me. Yeah, they take the offense instead of, me, when I would be in the studio with, major artists, whoever, I'm a sponge. I'm a student. I'm asking questions. How'd you get on? What did you do? Who would you talk to? Okay, so if I have this type of record, how do you promote this? Like I'm a student soaking it up, and people are gonna respect that more than, oh well, hey, I'm doing my thing. I know what I'm doing.
This is what you need.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, and you get out of that mindset. So I have faith in the youngins. You're gonna be there. You're gonna be in that I know everything mindset because you're young. You're
fuck you.
Yeah. You're gonna do that. It's gonna happen. But the ones that are most successful, fastest, are the ones that are like, hey, actually, you know what? I don't know everything, and it's okay.
Yes.
But I know I'm confident in my talent, and you having a talent and me having a talent doesn't mean we gotta beef or overshadow each other. You do what you best at. I'm gonna do what I'm best at because I know my lane is for me. Your lane is for you, and that's dope. Matter of fact, let's combine lanes and let's make a big lane. And then this person can come up in this lane, but we all can eat. And when we doing good, 10 years down the road, we can be like, yo, remember when we was young? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I watch interviews and I see like, rappers that came up together in Atlanta. I was like, yo, remember we was hustling and, now we getting each other Bentleys for our birthdays. Like shit like that. I'm like, yo.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah,
you're good.
so that's just like, that's just the main thing that I've always seen. And I love to see like the people that I came up with now and, the youngins that I work with and do production with and features with. And I'm really chill. I think a lot of times people kind of get the wrong idea somewhat because of, I guess maybe their portrayal of me as far as like, okay, he's done this, he's on the radio, he's
doing
shows. either intimidated or jealous or feel like, okay, this guy's gonna be a little stuck up, so I'm not even gonna approach him. And it's not even like that. Anybody that's literally reached out, I'm like, yo, okay, cool, let's work. You know what? Normally is this, but you're from the city, so I'm gonna show you love. So if you can do this, if we can work this out, I got you. Let's do it. You want to do a video with it? All right, cool. You know what? Let's figure out a time where I can come through. I'm gonna come through. Like it's not one of those things where I'm like, oh, nah, like I'm not like, cause I've been in that position where I'm a young and trying to come up, and it's like, yo, this could be a good look if you could just show me this love. And someone's like, nah, I don't, And I'm like, man, I never want to be that guy. I never will. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, man, I'm an open book, bro.
Heck yeah, dude. I love your rants. Don't worry.
Nah.
I'm gonna be clipping these, and it's just like 5 minutes.
Hey. Yeah, I always got to keep it 100.
No, man, we just educating you guys.
That's it.
And no, man.
Yeah, man.
Also, I remember bumping in. I was at the bar maybe like 3-4 years ago, and I ended up bumping into your photographer. I think it was. I don't know what his name was.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a chunky guy, white complected. I don't know, but anyway, he was one of my. He was saying he was your photographer, and I don't know.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know he's.
And anyway, he starts breaking down like how you kind of like. Your music streams well out of country sometimes, and you went on a tour over there or something like that. Is that correct?
Okay, yeah. Shout out to my guy. Yeah, so this was my single, I Don't Want to Wait. Shout out to Paula Diondo, who's a good friend of mine. We just did a new record. Shout out to my girl. She actually helped me write it because it was Spanish, so I'm trying to get my Spanish stuff together. So we put it together. And my boy Rico Rossi. And yeah, it was dope. Once again, just those connects, and we were actually on tour. I do a lot of opening with Baby Bash. We have the same road manager and everything like that. So we happened to be in Everett, and this was the first time that I met my guy Rico. He flew out, but he had heard about me, and so we did a show. It was dope, sold out, great vibes, and super tired, but he was like, yo, come to the hotel. I got the studio set up out here. And I was like, oh, okay. So he, 3 a.m, I go to his hotel room, and the whole studio was like set up. So I end up doing like a background vocals for a chorus, and he's vibing. He's like, yo, I have this beat. It's really dope, but I just haven't been able to figure anything out to it. So I was like, all right. So me and my boy Mac, we were driving back to the city, and I was like, yeah, put it on. We'll see what's up. So we played the track, and it was just a vibe, such a vibe. Go to the studio, and first melody that comes to my head, da 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 da. It's like, oh, that's just cool. I rock with that, record it, send it his way, and he's like, yo, this is it. I'm gonna get Paula on this, And so I kind of help write that verse, and we just go from that to it just turns up, man. And once we finish the song. Originally, I was just supposed to do the chorus, but I was vibing, so I threw a verse in there. Yeah, I was like, if you like it, cool. If not, you can do whatever. Yeah. He's like, no, we keeping this.
Do the most.
So it just jumped off. He's like a pretty solid artist. He had a few records chart in Germany and out that way. So this one just was on a whole nother level because not to toot my own horn, but it's a different sound. We're from the Northwest. I'm from the Yak. I feel like we just got a different energy, and that energy was felt. And it to this day is one of my most popular records. We got to, I believe, number 17 on the Billboard charts in Germany.
No way.
Yeah, man,
that's impressive.
Yeah, a beautiful thing. The video was great. We shot it in Laguna Beach. Super dope. Only thing that I kind of regret is now I've been on I know people that have been following me know I've been on my like fitness journey. So when I watch that video now, I'm like, but I was so big. I was like, dang, I lost like 80 pounds since this. I was like, man, I wish I could get a reshoot. But super successful. Over here, it was one of the first records to really break, as far as like regular rotation, like every 3 hours they would play that record. They still play it. You know what I mean? And so that was huge for me, and that once again was just me and my vibe, and literally like, hey, here's a track, do what you do to it. And that gave me so much confidence because it was like, here's a beat, what are you gonna do? And from that track I took it with whatever ideas God gave me. I'm not gonna take credit like that. God gave me those ideas and those melodies, and then boom, now we're on the charts, and we're, we did shows in Alaska, different things like that, just off of that single, which is crazy. So it's a blessing, man, and it gave me confidence. Like, you know what? When I really tap in and let God do His thing, I know what I'm doing. So, man, yeah, bro, it was a blessing. Still one of my biggest records, but I got a lot of good energy and vibes from the records that I put out right now. I would say, even though I am an underrated rapper, I feel like, I got some bars. For people that really pay attention, I got some bars, but I know my lane. The R&B, pop lane.
But you want to get in that rap lane. You're like,
I'm not like big on I get it. I like the lane that I am in right now because it's so, I'm really working on branding myself. I'm working on, getting in with corporations. I work with OIC right now, doing some great things for the community. Just really branding. So the lane that I am in right now, as far as that pop, comfortable, cool vibe, it works for me because, I got to think, we got the big money people going in and checking out who you are. And so they're not going to see, this kid's really cool. He has good energy. Let's check his music out. And then my video is me with a bunch of guns and jumping around and stuff. They're like, never mind, bring that check back. You know what I'm saying? Now they can look me up and this is cool. I like this vibe. I like this pop. I like this energy. And it just shows a different vibe. I feel like they're going to automatically put you or put me in a box anyway. So when they see something different, but at the same time, I still rep for my people. I still rep for the East Side. I still rep for people that, have came from humble beginnings. But it's like, you don't have to put us in the lane. We can do it all. So I'm comfortable with my lane. I know a lot of people feel like, oh, that's the pop guy. You know what I'm saying? What's that? Yes, that. Of course he's on the radio. He just does pop. He doesn't do. And I can switch. Believe me, bro. I know what it is. But
he's like, do you want me to put more distortion on my voice, make it more SoundCloud or what?
Yeah, man. I mean, I got a story to tell as well. And I think in time that comes, but you got to be able to walk through the door to be able to tell that story to the masses first. So sometimes, you got to get there. And that's just kind of what it is for me right now. But I'm comfortable too. I understand who I am. I think that's part of everything. Understanding who you are as a person and as an artist, you can't lose. A lot of the up and coming artists right now, I hear and I'm like, you got raw talent, straight up. But that's the thing that's missing. You don't know who you are yet. You don't know what sound you want to portray yet. And it takes a while. It does. It does. Not saying that I know everything, but I hear it. So sometimes do I want to do the sing rap thing? Do I want to spit bars? Do I want auto-tune on my stuff all the time? Do I want to be lyrical? Let me try a little bit of both or all of it and see what sticks. But one day it just hits like, oh, this is it. This is who I am. And I feel like there's still a lot of artists that got to find that, oh, this is me. Because once you're in your lane and you know who you are, man, that's what they get you for. When you get a track, and I get this all the time, like, I heard this beat, this is all you. I know you're going to kill this hook, but it's because I established who I am as an artist. So they know, like, oh, I hear Status all over this hook, So you just have to find that lane, and it takes time. But it's all about consistency. It's like, Kobe shooting in the gym. You shoot 1,000 jumpers a day, you're going to get pretty dope at what you do. But you got to put that work in and do it, So that's it, man.
Hell yeah. Thank you, M. Stas.
Hey, man, it's an absolute pleasure. And, just be on the lookout. I'm working on a new project. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's the holidays, so when this drops, I'm working on a little Christmas single right now and visual. Gonna throw the family in there. Excited about that. Thank you to Team Next Level. Thank you to my guy, man. Thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate it, and everybody that shows love and support. And it's just the beginning. I know, man. Y'all think I'm an OG, and that's great. I appreciate that, but just know, my mindset is on Rookie of the Year. That's where my mindset's at. I'm never comfortable. I'm never stagnant. There's always more that we can achieve and accomplish. And I'm down to rock with anybody and work with anybody too. Don't get the wrong idea, man. God is great. Let's be great together. Let's stand up and make the Valley something special. So that's what I'm about, man. It's peace, love, and everything.
Hell yeah. Thank you,
My
bro,
brother.
for coming here, man.
Hey, man, you know the vibes. It's the one and only young homie. YS. Oh, yes.
Oh, I'll be anything you like. I'm Superman and you're kryptonite, yeah. I wanna play with your body. Fall in love with a stranger. Got me